Hello, welcome to Integrate. I'm Rhiannon. Today we're going to be playing around with forward folds, or specifically with other exercises that can help with our forward folds. There's going to be some exercises and some education on things that you might be able to observe in yourself and think about to see why maybe you're not going as deep into your forward folds as you would like, even if you've been practicing for a while. So we'll start by just doing a forward fold to check where we're at. Taking that inhale up, exhale dive. Letting your head shake out, staying here for a moment. On your next inhale, come up into that halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. So there's our starting point where we can see where we're at. The next thing we're going to do is check our stack. So we're going to unlock our knees. Try to find our neutral pelvis where it's not going too far forward or too far back, right in the middle. Going to extend our arms out in front, separate our shoulder blade. From here, see if you can get your weight even in both feet. So pressing maybe a little bit more into that left heel, weight in the ball of both of your big toes, and see where that's sticky. So a lot of times we're not getting very far in our forward fold is because we have an anterior pelvic tilt. So you're already stretching out those hamstring muscles. So when you go forward, you don't really have that much further to go. So our first exercise is going to be one that can correct it. So we're going to grab a ball or a pillow, something that you're able to put between your thighs. And you're going to need a wall. So we're just going to be coming down onto our backs. Bringing our feet up onto the wall. You could do this with your feet on the floor if this isn't comfortable. But we're going to bring our feet 90 degrees. We're going to find our heel, ball of our big toe, ball of our little toe on the wall. We're going to press our feet into the wall, just like a 2 or 3 effort. And we're going to stick that ball between our thighs. So you want to use a ball or a pillow that isn't too inflated or too fluffy, because you still want your knees in line with your hips here. So from here, we're just going to exhale, bring our rib cage down towards our belt line, pulling on our feet enough so you can find that spot that's right between your hips, right below your low back. You want it nice and flat on the mat. And then we're just going to breathe, really focusing on the exhale, breathing out, bringing those ribs in, and then inhaling in, exhaling out, inhaling in, exhaling out. We'll do 2 more breaths like that, inhaling through the nose, exhaling all the air out through your mouth. 1 more, inhale through the nose, exhale all the air out through your mouth. Releasing for a moment, resetting, giving that little pressure. We're just going to extend our arms up, reaching, trying to relax that space that's between our shoulder blades down onto the mat. We'll just do a couple of breaths like that with that reach. Again, with the feet, pulling your heels down, hopefully feeling a little bit of that engagement where your hamstring is meeting your glutes. One more breath here. Releasing, we're going to set that ball to the side, and we're going to make our way up and try that forward fold again. So coming up, inhaling up, exhaling dive. Feel how that feels. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Feel that the stretch in the back of your legs. Inhale up. Coming through heart center. See if that felt good. That's always an exercise you can do more of. If you felt that, it gets your pelvis in a little bit more neutral position so that you actually have something to stretch while you fold. Next, we're going to do a little bit of more of a strength exercise. So we're going to need a weight. It doesn't really have to be too heavy of a weight, or you can go heavy. But we're going to bring that weight into the same foot that's behind. So we're going to kind of stagger our stance. So one foot back, one foot a little bit forward. Bend in those knees. We're going to fold. Weight right next to this leg, bringing it down as far as you can go down, keeping that neutral spine. And then here's the important part. You're going to kind of pull your feet together. You're going to think about keeping that knee, bend in those knees. You're going to come up, press those hips forward before you lose the bend. Going to do a few more of those. So bringing it down, that weight nice and center, really pressing those hips back. Pull the feet together, press those hips out first, and straighten the legs. You don't have to straighten the legs if you don't want, but we're trying to go for some nice, good tension in that hamstring, in that back leg where it meets the booty. We'll just do 2 more like this. Doesn't take much. Last one. Shake those legs out. Hopefully you're feeling a good amount of tension in that hamstring. We're going to go to the other side. So stepping the other foot back here. Nice bend in those knees. Weight right next to that leg. Hinging back, coming down. Pressing those hips up forward. Back down. This is called a staggered deadlift. It's really good practice for deadlifts, for strength training, but it's also really good for activating those hamstrings and those forward folds. We'll do 2 more. Give those legs a shake. Set that weight to the side. Let's see what that did to our forward fold. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, feel that stretch. See how that feels. Inhale, coming up. Exhale through heart center. We'll do one other exercise to help with that mobility in our hips to improve our forward fold. We're going to be doing a fold into a goblet squat or a yogi squat. So you're going to step your feet out about hip width or maybe wider. You may or may not need to point your toes out, but we're just going to inhale up, exhale, fold. From here, get your hands down, walk your feet out more if you need to, and we're just going to drop our hips down between our knees. Coming into that goblet squat. We're going to think about working our way into our heels. From here, if you want to grab that weight, you can bring it up, separate your shoulder blades, bring it out forward to help kind of counterbalance so that you're able to go more and more into your heels. From here, we're just going to go back and forth. So we're going to release that weight down to the floor as we send our hips up, coming into that little bit wider fold, then bringing those hips back down, lifting that weight. Down, up, down, lift. There's the side view. Next time you're down, hold it. And we're going to bring that weight between us. Hopefully get our elbows between our knees if you can. Again, you're trying to shift your weight more and more into those heels. And then we're just going to take our elbows and just press our knees out a little bit and center. Little prayer in that goblet with using the weight as assistance. Get a little bit deeper into the stretch. Just do that 2 more times. Releasing that weight, straightening. This time we're just going to round through our spine, coming up. Think about pressing those hips out again before you lose the bend in your knee. Head being the last to come up. Roll it back. Let's do that forward fold 1 more time. See where we're at. Inhale up. Exhale, dive. Shake your head yes and no. Maybe grab opposite elbows. Feel how that feels. You feel like you're getting your rib cage a little bit more onto those thighs. You feel the stretch or the engagement. Let's inhale, halfway lift up. Holding this just for a moment. Exhaling down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Bringing our hands through heart center. So there's our little tutorial exercises to help maybe improve your forward fold. Feel free to let me know what you think of this, or if it helped, or if there's anything, other tutorials you would like to see using other methods to get improvement in your yoga poses. So thank you for joining me. I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day.